Hey, what's happening? SirJames coming at you guys with another video. Today's video, I have a quick little product review courtesy of GAMDIAS, which is this item here. This is the Hephaestus P1 RGB 7.1 surround sound gaming headset. Man, that's a mouthful. Anyways, here is a quick look around the box. There is the front, and of course, there is the back. On the front of the box and back, we'll basically list some of the main highlights just to quickly go over with you guys. This, of course, will feature the RGB style because a lot of the newer products are having the RGB option, which is pretty neat because then it gives you options, especially using the software. Either you just want to go through all the different color effects or pick a color of choice. This, of course, is just talking about the customization feature that I just mentioned, which will be using the Hera software. And of course, you got the little box tangled onto the cord, which back then, some of the older headsets, the box was a bit clunky and big and just not as nice looking, but the redesign is definitely a lot better than it was. Also, too, this does feature cooling vents inside there, so meaning that if you're going to have these on for long periods of time, you don't have to worry about them getting too hot, which I'll talk a little bit more about that in just a moment. 7.1, which you can enable or disable, personal preference. And of course, another main highlight for me here is the rich bass and vibration effects. If you like a lot of bass, these are a good pair of headsets to get, and of course the vibration. So if you're playing an action game or you're watching a movie that has a lot of things going on, it kind of puts you right into the feel of whatever's happening on screen. So it's a feature that I personally like. Now, starting off from the very bottom of the cord to work our way up, we have, of course, the USB connection, which is gold plated with, of course, the logo right down there. Moving on up towards the box is, well, the box itself. So as you can see, you have your volume gauge right here. You have your microphone mutes. Then on the other side allows you to either enable or disable the vibration effect on the headset. So if you don't like the whole vibration, you can disable it if you want. But if you want to have the vibrations there, especially during action games, then you can have it enabled. For me, I just like to go all out with it. And of course, as far as the cable itself goes, this is definitely a nice cable. It has like a rope-like material, to be honest. So it's definitely really strong, and it's to the point where I don't think anyone's going to get this tangled, or to the point where it's going to snap on you. Because, I mean, look at that. I mean, it's some strong stuff there, that's for sure. And of course, working our way up is the actual headset itself. As you can see, it's got the nice overall, it has a glossy black for the most part, a little bit of matte black as well. And of course, you got the metal frame around the band and a little bit of rubber material as well where the microphone is. And of course, the mesh padding on the ear cups and on the very top. So there you guys go. And of course, you got the microphone on the left-hand side. Now, as far as how are these in terms of comfort, these are actually extremely comfortable. For me, I don't tend to wear headsets too often during the summertime because it just gets really hot in here. Like right now, you'll probably see me struggle a little bit. But personally, these actually worked out quite well. It's not to the point where they don't feel super tight. It has a nice, slightly loose fit, but again, it's to the point where you could have these on with no issues whatsoever. And the other nice thing too is because of the whole cooling vents, it definitely helps with distribute the heat away from these, especially if you're wearing them for long periods of time. But other than that, like I said, these are extremely comfortable with the cushions here. And if you happen to be wearing glasses, which I do wear glasses when I game, I just don't really wear them too often in video, you can easily have these on, and the glasses won't be in the way because again, there's a lot of room back here as well to support that. So again, positive on both sides. Next up is, of course, the microphone, which is built right here on the left-hand side. You basically just pull it on down, and that does have a little bit of a rubberized material, so you can pull this in towards you a little bit more, so that way you can communicate with the people at hand. And of course, when you're not using it, or if you just want to mute, you can just basically click this in. A red light will come in. Actually, speaking of the red light, let's go ahead and plug this in while we have it here. If I could go ahead and get it there. So as you can see, when the microphone is muted, you have the red lights. But if you want to talk, just go ahead and just enable it again, and it'll have a blue indicator. Easy as that. And of course, you got lights around the headset as well. But of course, when you're done using the microphone, just simply pop up. No, the microphone does not detach from the headset. It's built right into there, so we're going to be stuck with it. So again, if you want to use it, pull it down. You don't want to use it, pull it back up. Easy as that. Now, the other main thing that you might be wondering is, how is the initial sound quality And the sounds on these are very good, especially with the 7.1, the vibration and the bass. All that mixed in together is just a bundle of joy in my opinion. But yeah, these are very, very good nonetheless. Obviously, it's hard for me to share with you guys the initial sound because you're going to have to actually buy these and experience them for yourself. But take my word for it, because these are something that I definitely love using, whether it's watching a movie, listening to music, because again, you can mess with the different settings within the software. But of course, especially when gaming, when you're playing some first-person shooters, these definitely work out quite a bit. But like I said, as far as the LED lighting goes, it's just kind of featured there, and it'll fade into the different colors by default. But let's go ahead and get to the microphone test next, and then afterwards, I'll show you guys how it is with the Hera software and what options you have from there. Alright, for this portion of the video, I'm here to give you guys a microphone test of the Hephaestus P1 RGB surround sound gaming headset by reading a small paragraph on GameStop's website in regards to a game I'm currently playing known as Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Crash Bandicoot is back. He's enhanced, entranced, and ready to dance with the Insane Trilogy game collection. Now you can experience Crash Bandicoot like never before in 4K, spin, jump, whoop, and repeat as you take on epic challenges and adventures throughout the 3 games that started it all. And that concludes the microphone test. Let me know what you guys think, so let's go ahead and finish this up by going through the program itself. Alright, so for this portion of the video, I'm going to go ahead and quickly show you guys the Hera software. If you have not used any of their products before that use the software, it's free to download on their website. When you do install it and plug in your headset, it may give you the option, or it may tell you that there's going to be a driver update. Once you do that, just click confirm, and then you'll see it displayed right here on the very bottom. In this case, here is the headset. Now, if you wanted to enable the 7.1 surround sound, you're going to have to go ahead and click on this box until the blue light is on, and then of course you'll have 7.1. There's also 3D as well, and this is a 2-channel system. Now next up, of course, is other sound settings, in which you could tweak around settings if you happen to be watching a movie, playing music, or maybe you just want a little bit more bass. Then you could go ahead and tweak these settings around to fit your personal needs. It's easy to work with. And of course you have the environment settings, which is something I don't really mess with. But I mean, there's bathroom, concert hall, living room, and rock cave. And of course you could also change the overall size depending on what works for you. And of course, this is where the lighting system will take place. Right now on static is basically where you can go ahead and pick one color, and it's going to remain that color. And as you can see, you have a nice color palette depending on what you want, and it's all about personal preference. If you wanted to, you could also choose to have it off. The other option is breathing effect, which basically will start pulsating, so the light will be there and it'll kind of fade out and fade back in. And the other option that it has is the rainbow. And basically rainbow, what's going to do is that's going to cycle through all the different colors. Again, very simple, basic, but it works for what it is. I mean, the lighting doesn't really make much of a big difference because you're going to have the headset on your head anyways. But for those around you, may end up seeing it. But again, it's cool nonetheless. And of course, we go down here to the update and support. It will basically tell you the product name, product number, if there's one presented, the Hera software, what version you're on, and of course if you need further support, you can go ahead and go onto their online website. As easy as that. So let me go ahead and go back and give you guys my final verdict. Alright, so now that you got the chance to listen to the microphone test and take a look at the Hera software, what do I think overall? Overall, these are extremely comfortable. Sound quality is definitely top notch. They're definitely not too expensive, which a link will be provided in the description down below. But in terms of a rating out of 5, I would easily give these a 5 out of 5. I don't really have any complaints for them. It's definitely a step up from their old previous headsets, and I can't wait to see where they go from here. Who knows, maybe in the future we may end up having a wireless option, which if that's the case, I'm looking forward to that. But until then, I am SirJames from Gamerfuzion.com, where we empower your gaming.